Hey, it's Tom. Welcome to part 9. Now, we've seen all 8 parts. I'm kind of getting there, right? I got my backpack or whatever I'm using, my haversack. I've got this. Oh, yeah. Put that down. I've got this, I've got that, I've got the other thing ready to go. Okay, I got a shelter. That's nice. What am I going to sleep in? So what I really need in the woods would be something to sleep in. No, I'm not talking a shelter. I'm talking blankets, wool blanket, a wool sleeping bag, a 6-pound, 2-pound, 5-pound, 18-pound sleeping bag, something to sleep in to stay warm. Not that you can't do it in a shelter without, but this is what I do. Now, there's many configurations out there. You could spend $400 or $500 on a sleeping bag. I'm getting a down bag, and they're going to keep you exceptionally warm. And then they're going to get wet, and they're going to be big, soggy rags. Or you can get a fleece bag. Not too warm, but don't really hold water all that much. I could bring it out to where it's almost dry, and it dries fast, but it's not really warm. Not in cold weather anyway. I can get a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-pound bag with fiber fill, stuff like that. That'll keep me warm. Yep, it will. That it will. Except it's bulky and it's heavy. Wool blanket. Wool blanket you got to be careful with, because depending on how thick it is, I'll tell you what area you need to be in temperature-wise. And they do have a point of diminishing return on them. You get down into the 40s, you're going to need some people 20s, depending on how you're dressed and everything. But let's just say a 5-pound wool blanket. And carry a 5-pound sleeping bag. It's not that it's less weight. It's just not as heavy to sleep with. So it hits a point of diminishing return where a sleeping bag is going to take over from the wool blankets. My opinion only. There's plenty of people out there that can, they're Eskimos. They can go out there and sleep with a wool blanket in 20-degree weather. Like I said, this is all my opinion. You do what you need to do. But now I need something to sleep in to be comfortable in at night. Now here's what I do. I've got 3 bags. I've got a 4-pound Dacron bag. I don't like mummy bags. I like rectangles. I got a 4-pound Dacron bag. I've got a 2-pound fleece from LL Bean sleeping bag. And I also have a emergency sleeping bag, a Mylar. This time of year, I don't worry too much about a sleeping bag, because that camping trip I went on, they got to be 67 overnight. You're not cold. Wear a long sleeve shirt, or wear, a long john, throw it in your bag. Poly Pro top, anything like that. You're nice and toasty. Flannel shirt, anything. But now, tonight, it's supposed to dip down into the low 50s. That's going to be chilly. So what would I use tonight? No, I would use the fleece bag, because the fleece is good to about 48, 50 degrees. And keeping you good and warm. If you want to get chilly, 42, 45. So that's only a 2-pound bag. Now, as the year progresses, that 2-pound bag fits inside of my 4-pound Dacron bag. The emergency sleeping bag goes over me. I get it when the weather's bad, and I used to camp in the winter. Emergency sleeping bag would go on me, the fleece bag would go over me, and then the rectangle bag. Some of you are saying, wow, that's an MSS sleep system. Basically. It basically is, really. But it weighs less than the MSS. It's more comfortable to me because I can tailor it. Like, just say I'll curl up in that fleece bag. I can use the 4-pound for on the ground if it's, warmer than I called for. Use that for a ground cover to sleep on. I can use the emergency bag, the fleece bag together. So in this 9th part of this series, what I really need is a lightweight option to go camping. If you're like me and you're just a late spring, summer, early fall camper, deer flies, I hate them. You're not going to need anything but that. You're not going to need anything but that fleece bag. That's all I ever carry with me for the last couple of years, because it's just that warm. I've had it about 10 years now, and it's just like the day it was made. Because about quality, it's an LL Bean. It's heavy and it's quality, and it's a good bag. But you could do the same thing and get away with, say, a 2-pound bag. And Walmart sells the fleece sleeping bags for kids and stuff. Put it inside your 2-pound bag with the fleece bag. You'd probably be good down in the 30s. So what I really need some bug repellent. What I really need is a sleeping system to sleep in that shelter with a warming fire out front. And I'm not saying a long fire, I'm saying a warming fire out front. Wintertime, long fire. Anytime else, warming fire. I should be perfectly fine, and I have been for years. So, this is Tom. Thank you for your time and your patience. We'll see all you guys on the next one.